Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Tech Gamers World. NYXI Game was gracious enough to send me their Hyperion Pro wireless controller for the Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch Lite, and I am going to unbox and check out this awesome looking controller. I am super excited. So, this controller is for the Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch Lite. Now, everybody's familiar with the iconic Nintendo Switch. First released in 2017, it created a portable gaming environment for people to play their Nintendo games anywhere they go, which is so cool. And I absolutely love the Nintendo Switch, from its high quality games to its portability, and the fact that I can take it anywhere I want, from whether it's commuting to work, on a train, on an airplane, and just play my games is so cool. One of the unfortunate downsides to the Nintendo Switch is the quality of the Joy-Cons. The Joy-Cons are the controllers on the left or right that are removable. They have been notoriously bad about suffering from something called Joy-Con drift. Now, if you're not familiar with what Joy-Con drift is, consider yourself lucky, because I am very familiar with it, as I have experienced it many times. Joy-Con drift is where the Joy-Cons register movement when there is none. So you'll be playing your game, and all of a sudden you'll just start moving on your own without doing anything. And the only real fix for it was a couple of things. One was to send the Joy-Cons back to Nintendo, wait for them to be repaired or them to send you new ones, buy new Joy-Cons, or attempt to repair them yourself. I have found over the years that the Joy-Cons are just not that good. The quality is just not there. So fortunately, companies like NYXI Game have made high quality controllers for the Nintendo Switch so that you don't have to use Joy-Cons. And that's what this product here is. And it looks pretty cool. I love the purple on it. That alone right there is awesome looking, because purple happens to be one of my favorite colors. So let's take a look at this here. This is the NYXI Hyperion Pro wireless controller for the Nintendo Switch, the Lite OLED. So by that they mean the Nintendo Switch standard and OLED screen, and the Nintendo Switch Lite. If you're familiar with the Nintendo Switch Lite, it is a Nintendo Switch that is not dockable and has fixed controllers on the side. This device will work for both models of the Nintendo Switch. Taking a look at the box here on the side, we've got some nice graphics featuring the right controller with the A, B, Y, and X action buttons, and the start button, and one of the R buttons. You can see here some of the analog, and it looks like it's got some LED lighting. On the back here, I know it's a little hard to read because it's smaller, I got to get close up. It says Cool Game Atmosphere, 8-color RGB fiber optic light. Bar provides you with a cool gaming atmosphere, so that's cool. So basically it is fiber optic lighting. Comfort joystick, high precision 3D joystick. That to me is huge. We'll see if this holds true, because again, we know the quality of the Joy-Cons. Comfortable feel, ergonomic design, large handle and large button design. Vibration, faster operation and free your hands. 2 advanced gaming buttons for on-the-fly button mapping. And then it says product specifications, the model, the input voltage, charging voltage, battery capacity, charging time, wireless connection distance. So let's talk a little bit about these three. And I know they're hard to read, so I'll explain them to you. The model is SJ02. The input voltage is DC 4.5 to 5.5 volts. The charging voltage is DC 5 volts. The battery capacity, now this is super important, 3.7 volts, 500 milliamp hours, 2.2 watt hours. Charging time, about 2.5 to 3.5 hours. So what does all that mean? Basically, the battery capacity, the size of the battery directly correlates to how long you can use the controller for before it has to be recharged. And the charging time directly correlates to the charging, the input voltage, and the size of the battery. So Right here, this is a 500 milliamp hour, battery, and it charges in about 2.5 to 3.5 hours. So you should expect to get about somewhere between probably 4 and 6 hours of usage based on other devices that I've seen. Wireless connection distance is less than 10 meters or 30 feet, which basically means this device connects via Bluetooth. Bluetooth is a short range wireless protocol and standard used to connect devices to other devices wirelessly. So your phone pairs with wireless headphones, the same principle. You pair the device via Bluetooth to the Nintendo Switch when they're not directly connected. On the side here, we just have a nice shot of the left analog stick showing the metal ring and a sticker. The bottom is just so information. Do not throw away controllers because they do contain lithium-ion batteries. So they want you to recycle. So let's go ahead and open this up. Pulling this out here, let's go ahead and put out my little plastic thing here for demonstrative purposes. All right. So unboxing the Hyperion Pro wireless controller from NYXI Game. Put the box off to the side. So here is the controller. It has a plastic protective top. So the first thoughts are, wow, these things are light. They are so light. And that is awesome because that matters when you're connecting them to your Nintendo Switch, because you don't want something that's super heavy. But these things are really lightweight and they look awesome. I love that purple color, deep purple color on them. So let's put these off to the side for a minute here and see what else is in the package. So we have got the middle bar, the connector here, which turns the controllers into a holder for it, which is nice. It's got that same deep purple with the NYXI Game logo on it, which looks like an owl head with, it looks like a D-pad and the action buttons, which is a nice, cool design. That's actually similar to my Tech Gamer World design that I use the D-pad and the action buttons in my logo, which is pretty cool. This is also very lightweight. There is, I can tell just by feeling it, there is no battery in this. So that means that the controllers will charge independently. We've got the USB charging cable. This is USB-A to what looks like USB-C. So again, two standards, A being the bigger, USB-C being the smaller. USB-C is becoming the standard around the world, but USB-A still is around. Now, I noticed they do not give you a charging brick, which is the norm for companies these days. And we've got the user manual. This thing is beefy. Look at this. Different languages. This thing is huge here, you can see. So I'll go ahead and put this off to the side because we all know instruction manuals are lengthy and it's always more fun to figure it out on our own. So I'll put the instruction manual off to the side here in case I need it. So back to the Hyperion controllers. These things look awesome on the back here. We've got buttons. It looks like memory and a vibration button and a button. Now these buttons typically will be used to map action buttons in the games. We've got quality control checks here. We'll peel those off later. I can peel off right now, actually. On the side here, we have the standard Nintendo Switch slide bar that we are all well know and love. Same thing on this side. These things are just so light. On the bottom is USB-C charging ports. So that basically means you have two ways to charge these devices. One, through the cable with one at a time, or two, just have it charged through the Nintendo Switch. Honestly, I probably wouldn't even, I'm not even sure when I would ever use this cable. So let's go ahead here and check out the features here. So we've got the action buttons here. We've got A, B, Y, and X. These are big buttons. We've got a analog stick here. That feels excellent quality, and it's got a metal ring around it. Already, that alone, it just looks like it is so much better quality than the Joy-Con one, and we'll compare those in a minute. We've got a turbo button and a home button. This one actually turned on, and it connected to the switch. So we've got the pause button, the R and ZR button, which is pretty cool. This side has more of the same. We have the turbo button, the screen capture button, the minus, the analog stick, the D-pad, ZL and ZL, the back, same quality, nice looking. The D-pad, now I like the feel of these versus these. These have a nice mechanical feel. I know it's probably hard to hear, but you can see how they sound. There, they sound pretty nice. It's got a nice textured grip on the back here, which is really cool. So let's go ahead and install this in its holder, and let's check out the holder. So they slide right in. This whole thing is so light, and it really fits well in the palms of my hand. I have pretty large hands, so I like the feel. Let's compare it to the Joy-Con one here. So, everybody's familiar with the Joy-Cons. They are Nintendo's proprietary, method of playing the Nintendo Switch other than the Pro Controller. These are very small compared to these. And, they've got the same exact setup with the exception of the turbo button. Except for these, everything is a lot smaller. Look at the size difference between the buttons there. I like the bigger buttons. The analog stick is a lot larger than the Joy-Con one, and hopefully will not be prone to Joy-Con drift or stick drift. We're going to call it stick drift. We've got the same R and ZR buttons, but as you can see, these are a lot bigger on the Hyperion one, which is really awesome. Now, the Joy-Cons, one thing I do not like about them is they do not have the side grip. So you have to hold it in your hand, holding it like this. Look at these and how they have that quality grip. So when I hold this like this, I've got rests, something to wrap my hands around. These, not so much. So Nintendo obviously has their own, holder that has it. I never liked the holder. I honestly never really even used it just because it's, so small compared to, look at the difference there. Holding something like this, just for me, fits so much better and it just feels so much more comfortable. And maybe that's because I have, large hands. I'm taller. I don't know. But I just like the way that it bends out more versus this one. Just fits so much better in my hand. So let's go ahead now and get this connected up to the Nintendo Switch. Get some power to them. It looks like one already does have power, because I think my Nintendo Switch was in pairing mode before because it connected. So let's go ahead, open up, and let's go ahead and slide these on. So they slide on the same way the Joy-Cons do. You use the rail. So we're connected on that one. Connected on that one. So let's see how this feels now. I mean, look at how much wider it now is than the original with the Joy-Cons here. I love that because it just feels so much better when I'm holding it like this. I'm going to use it this way probably 90% of the time versus using, the controller holder. So the back, you can see it's got a nice fit and it sticks up higher. So important. Let's see if the stand works. Some third-party controllers, the stand doesn't actually ever touch the table. This one, it does. So let's see. So at some point, you'll see it will fall over. That is, an important thing with these. So you have to put the stand out far enough that it leans back. Otherwise, it will tip over more so than when you use these. That is not a downside, but a consideration to something like these. So if you're ever sitting it down, be careful how you sit it down with the stand, because you can use it with the stand. You see, you can certainly do that, and it works great. I can see, wow, the LED lights are on. That's cool looking. So these feature LED lights or fiber optic lights. So let's see how you change them, because it says here on the front that it has a color palette on it. So let's see here in the instruction manual. Connecting to use, ambient light adjustment. Here we go, ambient light adjustment. T plus and click. So it says here that if we hit T plus and click, look at that. We've got different colors. So there's blue was the first, purple, yellow, blue there, or white actually, rainbow colored, so multicolored. That's a rainbow palette. Red, yellow, blue. There's blue. So according to this, blue is the first. Then there's green, purple, orange, white, rainbow, red. I'm going to say that's like greenish, yellow, blue. So back to blue. So I'm going to do the same to this one because this one's set for green. So red, yellow, blue. So it does take a little bit to change the LED colors there. You have to press the T button and the thing at the same time. So to change it to breathing mode, it says T and double click. So there we're in breathing mode. Let's do the same for this one. So it's changing between colors. So to get them both together, you'd obviously have to do it at the same time. But I kind of like that it's showing different colors. We've got blue, yellow. Let's see what it comes up with next. Green, blue, purple, green. That's pretty cool. So it's going to change forever. And then, so the first time is the RGB 7 color breath. The second time is LED magic color breathing. Third time is turn off the lights. So if we T and double click again, we're back on the monochrome. Oh, no, wait, this is breathing. This looks like it is the breathing mode again. Yep, so that's cool. I'm going to leave it on that. Let's see if we can change it one more time here. So we're going to set this one on red. Two of my favorite colors, red and green. So that's awesome. So while the controllers are connected to the Nintendo Switch, they will charge. So you don't have to worry about these. But again, you can keep it and charge it if needed. So let's check out how this feels moving around here on the screen. It looks awesome. Nice smooth flows. I love the mechanical feel of the analog stick. It feels so much better than these. It actually like clicks and comes back, clicks and comes back. The buttons have a nice feel to them. The home button. So here we are in Legend of Zelda. The home button works. And now let's check out the connection via the Bluetooth. So if I slide these off, set the Nintendo Switch right there, we are still connected and paired. So put it in here, put it in here. And we've got a nice connection. So fire up some Zelda here. Nice. Back to home. Let's take a screenshot, capture taken. That is awesome. This thing is so cool and it feels so comfortable in my hands. The quality is just really there compared to the Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons. And I absolutely love the backlit A, B, Y, X buttons. They just look really cool and they're so much bigger than the OEM Joy-Cons. On the back here, we've got some more buttons. So a memory button for mapping. And then this looks pretty cool. According to the instructions, this is a vibration button. So if we press it, I know you won't be able to hear or feel it, but I feel it vibrate. And according to the instruction manual, there's 5 settings. So you press this and it vibrates at different strengths and then it stops. So right there it stopped. Right there it feels like 100%. So there's 5 settings: 100%, 75%, 50%, 25% off. So that's cool. I like the feedback in it, the force feedback, that you can feel that vibration when you're playing games. It adds that much more effect to the games. So this is awesome. I'm really liking this controller here. I want to get a ton of use out of this. I want to thank NYXI Game for sending this to me. And they were also gracious enough to provide me with a 10% discount code for all my viewers. If you check out the description for this video, there's a link to their website, and the coupon code is there as well. It is Tech Gamer World. So I hope everybody enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or comments, please drop it down below and I will do my best to get it answered. Thanks a lot, everybody. Please make sure you click and like and subscribe when I have new and exciting content coming soon. I will see you around. Keep on gaming.